I'm reading Psycho right now. Isn't that fitting? Yeah.
What made you pick up Psycho?
You're like, oh God, this girl really is crazy.
So tell me, Jazz, how did you get the role?
It was a multi-step process. I went in for the first audition and they had me do 4 scenes from throughout the story so that they could get a feel of whether if I could play both, you know, the innocent and kind of meek and the intense side of her. So I went on that audition and went to a couple meetings, sent in another audition tape because I was filming Paper Towns, and then got to meet the director. And he told me later that after our meeting, he was like, during our meeting, he was like, I didn't think I was gonna give you the role because I thought you were too sweet. And then you started talking about Anna, and something switched over in your eyes and kind of scared me. And that's when I knew that you could do it.
Yeah, your character was really complex. Mm-hmm. And I tried my best to dislike you, but I couldn't.
Oh, good. That's awesome. That's great. That's so great.
I couldn't dislike you at all.
I'm glad. I wanted the audience to feel for her.
How did you know this part was perfect for you?
It's strange because if I had looked at it on paper without putting it on its feet, I never would have thought me for this role. Never. Just for so many reasons, I wouldn't have thought that this would be my role. And then when I was auditioning, it just came through me, and something just clicked, and I understood her, and she made sense to me, and I cared about her. And I read the script, and the same thing happened. It was like the script was speaking to me, and I just knew that I was supposed to play this role.
So what did you learn about yourself when you were filming?
A lot. I worked almost every day on set, and the things that I wanted to learn how to work hard, take care of myself, and still be happy. So it was like a balancing act during filming. But I learned a ton, and I learned how to trust my own artistic instinct and to take risks, and that lesson is super valuable. And thanks in large part to John, who directed it, who gave me so much freedom to explore.
Okay, so we have Anna and Jazz. Where do you guys kind of meet and intersect?
Where do we meet? We're very different. We really are. Like, I can feel the difference. When I was Anna, I didn't feel like me. I didn't see the world as me. Things looked different. They felt different. I moved different. Like, so we really are different. But we're the same in that we're complex people with wounds and delicacies and vulnerabilities, and who just want love. Everybody just wants love. So I can relate to her on that. I just wouldn't act out on it the way that she did.
What excites you?
What excites me? Just in general?
Yes.
Traveling, going to see the world, meeting new people, experiencing new people and energies and places and foods, and I just love people. So
when you traveled to New Orleans to do this film, what did you like most about the city?
Probably the music. I love the vibe of the city. It's just thick, like the air is thick. There's a pulse to that city that was so refreshing for me. I love that it's just so rich with culture, and the food's so good and also so rich. I loved being in New Orleans.
What's on your bucket list of places to travel to?
It's a long list. It's a long bucket list. I want to go see the Aurora Borealis. There's like igloo hotels with like a roof that you can see through, and you can see the Aurora Borealis, and that's on my bucket list.
What are your plans for this Labor Day?
What day is that? What day is Labor Day?
September 5th, Monday, September 5th.
I'm going to be in Ireland.
Nice. What's happening in Ireland?
I'm happening in Ireland. I'm just going to explore.
Have you done your research, and do you know where you're headed?
I've done a little bit. I have one place that I know that I really want to go, and then I'm just going to feel it out and see what people I meet and the places I end up, and just open myself up to experience an amazing time.
So you're really, you have a beautiful body and physique, great physique. So what's your workout regimen like?
Well, I worked really hard during the film to look like I did, I like to do yoga. I like to run. I like to go to the gym. I've always been a pretty active person, but yoga and running are probably my favorites.
Special diet?
Yeah, not really. I mean, I eat healthy because I like eating healthy, but I try to stay away from the word diet in all its forms, you know? Because I feel like rules are meant to be broken, and if the more rules you set for yourself, the more likely you are to break them. So I kind of just have like I like to eat healthy. Mm-hmm. I try to think of the things that I can eat versus the things that I can't. So I'm like, I could eat vegetables now, instead of like, I can't have cake, because then I just be mad all the time.
So Dallas is your home?
Yeah.
So how long have you been in LA now?
4 years.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you get to go back to Dallas?
Probably about once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just went back a couple months ago because my little sister graduated high school.
Nice.
That was so fun. It was crazy to see her walk the stage. It was so great.
So growing up in Dallas, how did you, what kind of extracurricular activities were you involved in?
I was a gymnast for 9 years, so I did that when I was a kid. And then I did cheerleading because I wanted to have a life but also be able to tumble. I didn't want to lose my tumbling skills. And I did choir, and then my choir teacher made me do a musical, and I had more fun being high school student number 2 in the second row doing a musical than I'd ever had in my life. And I was like, okay, I got to do more of this. And so I just went full-blown theater nerd and did all the plays and like went to every rehearsal even when I wasn't acting, because I was just so into it and I just loved it, and it just felt like such a wonderful place for me to express myself and to experience what it's like to be other people.
Which musical was the most memorable?
Which musical? I did Jekyll and Hyde. That was fun. That was my junior year.
And so you said you were a gymnast and you did tumbling, so there was a lot of action in this movie. Did you do any of your own stunts?
I did like the beginning half of all of my stunts until they're like, okay, cut, let's bring the real badass in. Yeah, my stunt double's amazing. I like to do the stunts, so I try to do them and like do as much as I can without injuring myself. But she was really, really great.
What's the best party you've attended this year?
The best party? I'm such a grandma. I'm like, what's a party? I don't even know. Like, have I even gone to a party? What month is it? I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Probably hanging out with my birthday party was really great. It was like more of a hangout around the fireplace and sing with my friends, if that counts as a party.
Yeah, it does. When was your birthday?
July 22nd.
Oh, it's July. Yeah, definitely a party. So, what do you do for hobbies?
I sing, and I'm learning how to play keyboard, so I just kind of started writing music. I've been journaling since I was 14, so I write poetry. I love to be outside. I love to travel. I love to run. I love to cook. I'm a yogi, so I do yoga. Love to dance.
What's your best recipe that everybody's like, Jazz, you gotta cook this for me?
I make some really good coffee in the morning. I know that sounds crazy, but like bulletproof coffee, but with cacao powder and honey and coconut oil, so it gets like really thick and creamy and delicious. So I make some really good coffee.
So what do you do to pamper yourself?
Leave, travel, go somewhere new. Love getting massages because everybody loves getting massages. Love getting pedicures, going to the movies, just, yeah.
So do you ever get a chance to just read leisurely, or what was the last book you read? I'm
reading Psycho right now. Isn't that fitting? Yeah.
What made you pick up Psycho?
You're like, oh God, this girl really is crazy. I'm watching Bates Motel, which is so freaking good. Vera Farmiga's performance is amazing, and I've never actually seen Psycho, and it's kind of like a preface to the movie. I'm just so into the show. It's so great. And then I was at Barnes & Noble, and I saw Psycho, and I was like, okay, I'll read that. And now I'm like halfway through, and it's so great.
All right. So you preparing for any other roles coming up?
Not right now.
Not right now.
I have a couple things coming out, but just really excited for this to come out to see how that affects my career. You know, I've never had anything like this before, and I'm just really along for the ride. It's all really new and strange and exciting and terrifying, and I'm excited.
So what was it like working with a seasoned actor like Morris Chestnut?
Oh, so great. Yeah, he's so great. He's just such a gentleman and a kind person and an amazing actor. You know, he made me feel so safe and comfortable, and you know, you saw the movie. There's some intense stuff and some potentially really uncomfortable scenes if you don't trust your co-star. And I always felt so safe and so respected and inspired by him, so he was just great. And then Regina is such a talented actress. Watching her work and watching the variety that she brings and the layers that she brings, and that for every scene she was able to do so many different versions of the same scene, and they were all just as beautiful. I was really inspired by her work.
So what's your relationship like with Theo?
With Theo? I haven't seen him in a little while. I haven't seen him probably since we filmed. But it's not like the movie. We're good. Yeah, Theo's really great. He's
Awesome.
nice, and he's such a great actor and like a really, really good human. Just really good at being human. So hanging out with him was really good. And then also same thing. Some of the scenes that we did together were really intense. And having somebody that you trust and that is good, and it really makes a difference when you're doing the kinds of scenes that we got to do in the film.
TV, film, or stage? What's your favorite?
Film.
Film. Why is that?
I mean, I just love that everybody comes together for however many months, decides to create this world, live in this world, and then go their separate ways. For me, that gives me the opportunity to experience so many different lives. And that's really what I want to do, is just experience all of it.
So 4 years ago, did you imagine you'd be here today?
No. I hoped, and I didn't imagine that I'd be here today. I knew that it was going to happen. When I wanted to be an actress, like, it didn't feel, I've never been after celebrity. I really have zero interest in celebrity. That's not why I do what I do. But I just remember when I fell in love with acting, I knew that I was supposed to do it. I knew that there was a career waiting to be had by me. And so I came out here with that. Just with, like, I didn't think about failure. I didn't think about how many other people were competing against me. Like, I just didn't have room for that in my head, because I knew that it was going to happen. And I think that having that feeling and that faith and that drive, like, you can do anything you want. I believe that. I believe that anybody can do anything that they want if you really put your mind to it.
Last question.
Yeah.
If there was one thing about the world that you could change, what would it be?
I would change the overall idea of lack that we have. This idea of like the greed and hoarding, and that there isn't enough to go around, so I have to hold on to everything. Or she's pretty, therefore I'm not. Just understanding that there's an abundance of everything and there's enough to go around. And I think that if we changed our mind and got out of a lack mentality, it would change the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, my pleasure.